Flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarwa Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business?
Good morning, Nigeria. It's a beautiful Wednesday, and you're tuning into Some TV Morning Show, the midweek magic that reminds you that you are halfway to the weekend, but still full of purpose. My name is Abraham Minor Joda. They say Wednesday is the camel's hump. You know, that camel usually have this hump, big one on its back. Once you're over it, a smooth ride to Friday. But let's not rush life. Let's live it intentionally, one purpose with sunrise at a time. And you know me, I like to tell stories every morning. So this morning, I will tell you a little story to kickstart your day. Once, two warring communities were separated by only a river. Each blamed the other for each wrong, until one day, a young girl from one side fell into the river. Who jumped in to save her? It was a boy from the other side. That day, hatred took a break, and humanity won. That is the power of peace. That is the power of humanity. It doesn't start with governments or declarations. It starts with a handshake, a kind word, even just listening. And in the wise word of former President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, a man known for his quiet strength, he said, without peace, there can be no meaningful development. Let us build bridges and not walls. So whether you're in the traffic, in Jalingo, pouring, probably you're in Potiskum, on your way to the office, or just sipping your morning tea in Lagos, or in the traffic on your way to office at Abuja, be a bridge builder today. And with me this morning to build a bridge between you and I is Mr. Ira Daniel Ukwen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham, and good morning out there. How is the day going? Wishing you out there the best of wishes and best of regards for today.
Okay, and I know everybody's looking forward to the best of the day. So we're going to have, on this morning show, we're going to have the weather report, midweek weather wrap-up, and we also are going to have the newspaper review, the Taraba news review, and, we're also going to come up with a story that broke yesterday. I mean, shocker is already making the rounds across the country.
Yeah.
So this is the Some TV Morning Show. This is where truth meets warmth every morning. So let's go to the pages of the newspaper today.
Okay, I thought you would take the weather forecast.
Oh, sorry. I think the weather is mild today, so probably that's why I'm not so worried about the weather. It's a clear morning in Jalingo. Well, let's look at the Nigeria weather update. So today, this is the latest weather update across Nigeria this Wednesday morning. For Jalingo, the current temperature is 26 degrees, but it feels more like 29 degrees. And the condition is mostly sunny. Precipitation, that's 0%, while humidity is 86%. Definitely precipitation is 0%.
That's serious.
Yeah. While the wind speed is between 8 kilometers, approximately 8 kilometers per hour. Now from the nation's capital, Abuja, it is foggy at 24 degrees, or it feels like 23 degrees. So it feels even colder than it is. A forecast high of 30 degrees, low of 20 degrees, and low southern wind at 4 kilometers per hour. The weather across key cities in Nigeria, Yola is warm and overcast. Is the Nigeria's highest for today at 28 degrees. While Kaduna, passing cloud with a cool low of 21 degrees, which will be the lowest across the country. Now, Dutse, clear skies and warm at 26 degrees. Lagos and Ibadan, scattered cloud, mild at 24 to 25 degrees, while Benin City and Warri, foggy and mild at 25 degrees. Katsina has sunny and warm at 27 degrees, while Zaria, clear and cool at 22 degrees. So the maximum wind speed recorded in Dutse at 13 kilometers per hour. So the maximum speed for across Nigeria to the major cities today will be at Dutse. And that is the weather forecast across Nigeria for this morning. Stay tuned and stay prepared for more to come on Some TV Morning Show.
No rain in Jalingo today.
Now from the forecast. Well, let us go to the papers immediately. Let's go to the Punch. The Punch has the story. The story is on the Punch. 2021 presidency, Tinubu successor Tosu for his 2027 VP slot battle. That story is on page 8. Then the other story, and which is the major headline, is Tinubu National Assembly face criticism over 2024 budget extension. OPS economists slant federal government over budget delays. Government eyes December's low revenue stores 2024-2025 budget. So from the Punch story here, the Senate and the House of Representatives have for the second time extended the implementation of the capital component of the 2024 budget to December 31st, 2025, sparking renewed criticism against President Bola Tinubu and the National Assembly. Economics, financial experts, and the organized private sector have described the repeated extension as evidence of poor execution capacity by ministry, departments, and agencies. Others argued that the move may undermine fiscal discipline and complicate tracking of budget performance. The Red Chamber made the resolution to extend the implementation of the capital component of the 2024 budget to December 31st, 2025 during plenary on Tuesday following the amendment of the appropriation bill requesting an extension. The Deputy Assembly President Barau Jibril, who presided over the plenary, announced extension of the appropriation bill following its first, second, and third reading expeditious passage. the appropriation bill was considered at the Senate Committee on Supply. So that is the information coming, and some Nigerians are knocking the National Assembly and the executive for extension. So the expenditure, the capital
projects
in the 2024 budget have been extended, I think, to the end of this year, probably because maybe want to, from what they say, they want those projects to be executed before going into the new one. But for the recurrent expenditure, I think they run in the 2025 budget. To me, I think it may be a little bit untidy.
Untidy?
Yes, because when you run into budgets are concurrent.
Well, I think if at the end of the day is going to make the roads, the capital projects to be completed, the roads, the infrastructures and other things, if at the end of the day, this is going to make them to be successfully completed. I think that's what Nigerians want.
Definitely.
You understand? At times we have these issues of this and that, and so long as this is not going to cause a hitch on the progress of those infrastructure, then I don't have issues with it personally.
Yeah, if you ask me, although I'm not a financial expert, neither am I an economist, as long as what they're doing is not going to cost us extra money, and it's also going to ensure that the infrastructures, the capital projects are done well. The reason why we do budget is for us to get development. So if it means that the 2024 budget needs to be extended for these capital projects to be executed, so be it. So I think, the experts will know much more to say about that, but they have been. Let me see some of the comments from the. But we'll look at it. With the new deadline of December 31st, 2025, Nigeria is now operating two budgets within a single fiscal year.
Yeah.
They're still operating, so the 2024 budget, which is still being implemented, and the 2025 budget, which has already passed and is currently in force.
You know, the adverse effect may be that there may be confusion, there may be inefficiency, and there may be misuse of public funds. Okay. Now, my concern in this is the misuse of public funds. Yeah. If there will be no misuse of public funds, there are so many things that are not efficient in this country, you understand? All we want as a people and as a nation is for those projects to be completed and at the end of the day be beneficial to Nigeria. If there are roads, then the roads should be completed and beneficial to Nigeria. If there are infrastructures, there is a need for those projects to be completed. Misuse of public funds is the concern. Maybe this is another methods, you understand? Because in Nigeria we have so many loopholes that public office holders take advantage of to loot public funds. If this is not a conduit for them to lose public funds, then I don't think there is any problem with it. The inefficiency and the confusion that may be envisaged in this extension is not necessarily what will bother many Nigerians. You understand?
Okay, I think I will just call on the necessary authorities to ensure that this budget is, these projects, these capital projects, are implemented. That is what Nigerians want. We want to see good roads. We want to see poverty eradicated. We want to see all these things that come to pass, and that is what Nigerians, majority of Nigerians, are all about. How you do good, how you go about it, well, it wouldn't matter really if once the results are here.
Yes.
Okay, and as long as no law is being broken.
Yeah, it's true. That's another aspect of it.
Let us go to another paper. Well, let me see. Let's go to The Guardian. Okay, let's go to something that has to. Let's go to the Daily Independent. The Daily Independent also has something about the major stories also about the economy. But let's take other stories on the cover page. Tinubu reject National Assembly Library Trust Fund Bill, cite legal concerns. That story is on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Then 2027, Bara warns group urging Tinubu to pick him as running mate. Stories on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Then SDP suspend national chairman. 2 others over alleged embezzlement. Stories on page 7 of Daily Independent. the Nigeria and Brazil sealed $1 billion Greek defense energy food security deal. That's one of the stories on the Daily Independent. While the major story is to boost growth, Tinubu vows nationwide infrastructure push, pledges expanding livestock economy for jobs, food security. The story is on the Daily Independent newspaper. Let me take that story. Okay. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured Nigerians that his administration will replicate transformative infrastructure projects like the newly completed Abuja Expressway across all regions in the country as part of efforts to boost economic growth and improve urban mobility. Speaking through the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibril, during the commissioning of the right-hand service carriageway of the Northern Expressway on Tuesday in Abuja, the President reaffirmed his government commitment to inclusive development through roads, bridges, railways, and other key infrastructure. He said, we are determined to replicate these successes in every part of Nigeria as road, bridges, railway, and more, ensuring that no region is left behind. And the newly commissioned expressway, which links Route 3 to the Muritala-Mohammed Expressway, is expected to ease traffic congestion, improve access, and stimulate investment in adjoining communities across the Federal Capital Territory. Describing the road as more than just concrete and asphalt, Tinubu called it a symbol of progress and a vital element of his administration infrastructure renewal drive. Well, that is, he also commended the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike for delivering the project with speed and quality, noting that the minister's leadership is helping to shape a more functional, livable capital city. Well, before I go on this, I want to call on the president that, please, we want you to replicate such things on the roads that come into Taraba State.
that was just what's on my mind.
From the north, from the south, the roads are bad. The Namne Bridge coming from the southern part has been down since, has been on break. Yeah. Has gone for public holiday, indefinite
Honestly, the
holiday.
Numan Jalingo Road is something else.
Is something else. And you more or less, you could as well just look at the mountains and just clear a patch route to wherever you're going. That is the situation of the road.
Now that it's rainy season, if you travel from Numan to Jalingo, I don't think you will be happy.
Yeah. And those are the two roads that connect the Taraba to other parts of the country.
Yes.
The other road that connects us to Cameroon, but that is also not good enough. So
and talking about roads to Cameroon, you know, those roads too contribute a lot. Like, okay,
yes.
Mararaba Baissa roads is agricultural corridor. Baissa is agricultural corridor. And there are so many resources coming out from Baissa that if that road is fixed, yes, it is going to contribute to the economy of this country in no small way. Yes. So all those roads too are federal roads that Tinubu should consider. Mararaba Baissa road and Numan Jalingo road. Yes. Please, this one is very important. I'm calling out to the president, just like the director of programs mentioned. It is very important for him to include this. Taraba is an agricultural state. And if these agricultural corridors are opened up, it's going to go a long way in helping us. And this bridge in Ibi,
okay,
too, the project has been discontinued, has gone on suspension. What did you call it the last time?
Gone on
indefinite suspension or something like that. So there is a need for him to be reminded of the Ibi Bridge in Taraba.
Okay. And maybe I'll propose something to the National Assembly to have Taraba's name changed to start with a capital A. Maybe because we are on the when you count state and capital. Probably when they're doing capital projects, they'll start with state and capital.
According to alphabetical
order. So probably Taraba usually comes before the money flows down. So maybe we should change our name
Taraba.
To Taraba. But you can see Adamawa they even in terms of political appointments, we always get the short end of the stick. So I think we're calling on the president to replicate these things he wants to do across the region. Taraba should be remembered while these constructions are going on.
And our legislators too, there is a need for them to start making these calls consistently, not once in a while.
consistently. That is why they're there. They're there to lobby for us to bring the goodies to Taraba. It is not only about I and they that we want them there. We want them to come back and to ensure that Taraba is connected. That is why they are national representative. They are connected to the national cake, as they call it.
We need the national cake, just like you mentioned, the Renew Hope action. We need to feel it too in Taraba.
So that's our call to. You could see that it is not as if we're being emotional here or sentimental.
And look at the way the places we mentioned are. Jalingo Numan Road maybe should fall under this Taraba North Senatorial District. Then the Namnai. Okay, Namnai is still in the north or central.
I think it's still.
I think it's under.
But it connects the south and the central. It connects both the north, the south. As a matter of fact, without that, you can't connect to the southeast or the north central. Some parts of the north central, like Benue State.
Except you have to follow Takum to Bali, then you come to Ardokola.
Is that road also very neat?
Manageable? From Bali to Takum is actually bad. But from Bali to Jalingo is possibly okay, at least. But Takum to Bali is not a good story.
So, that is what we'll take for that story. Let's go to another story. Maybe we'll go to The Guardian. I would like to take a look at the analysis on The Guardian before we go to... Okay, let's just take the stories. I think on The Guardian, we have Tinubu, farmer-elder conflicts, an opportunity to restructure social stability and food security. Stories on page 4. As a 54 suspect arrested over Benue Plateau killing, say IGP. That stories on page 4. Then Lagos to begin digital numbering of houses from July 1. Then stories on page 8. Then Lagos, federal government Lagos Ekiti to check obstacles hindering ease of doing business. Stories on page 8. While ADREPS yet to attain 80% restoration of Ogoni polluted environment. Stories on page 9. Fresh PDP Labour Party diversion to APC as opposition parties battle internal crisis is on page 6. While the major story on The Guardian has the project 2024-25 fiscal policy crisis. Project funding, execution stall over poor budget implementation. I think this story is similar to
the one we discussed earlier.
The one we discussed earlier. So let us go to another paper. There's something fresh, fresher than this. Okay, let's go to. There's a story I saw about insecurity. Okay. Yes. Let's take the Matrix.
Okay.
Let's take the Matrix. On the cover page of the Matrix, at the top of the cover page.
After Matrix, take a look at the first news too.
Yes. That was what I was looking for. Let us just take this Matrix before we go to first news. A US-Nigeria commercial investment partnership launches working group meetings to deepen economic growth. Another story says Tinubu calls for expanded cooperation on livestock development, education. Then President First Lady hosts Queen Mary Elizabeth of Denmark. We have after Tinubu's query, police arrest 53 over deadly attacks in Benue and Plateau. Stories on page 2. Price hike. Court fixes October 7 for arraignment of multi-choice Nigeria executives. Oh, that story is on page 11. I would like to, after the show, to see what if they will truly be arraigned, the executive of multi-choice.
Okay.
And PDP-INEC meets over national secretary controversy. That is another story that we may take on another paper. Let's just have. Then Tasha sparked debate, says many Nigerians in UK broke. That is Tasha, popular for being a member, a housemate of Big Brother Nigeria.
Well, what is maybe broke? The definition of broke, as described by her here, is may not be.
People are broke everywhere. If you live in a city
that you can't afford,
you can't afford
the basic things
the
that
basic
you need.
things of them. maybe if you move to another,
you may be wealthy.
You may be considered
but so long as you cannot meet your daily needs in that location,
you are broke. Benue killings, General Musa didn't blame victims. Defense headquarters clarifies. Then CWC, the lab scores first. Okay, Club World Cup, the lab scored first goal as Chelsea qualified for round of 16. That's what is on page 26. Why the major story as is 2027, opposition parties in turmoil, crisis in SDP after national chairman suspension, fresh defection rocks PDP Labour Party, and Mechi Atiku El-Rufai divided over coalition party. It's really, it's turning out not to be a coalition, but more divisions are coming up among those.
The dream of coalition is falling apart day by day.
Yes.
I think they should just maintain the PDP and see how they are going to go for 2027 election. Else, the way they are going now, I don't think the coalition is going to form any formidable force to oppose the ruling party. Yeah. The ruling party is getting grounds day by day. I don't know how it's going to go. That is at the national level. PDP has some strongholds in some of the states. Adamawa, Taraba, PDP still has some strongholds there. But at the national level, something is definitely wrong with PDP and the coalition that is being envisaged.
Okay, so let's take the story from, let's take first news. Yes, first news has a very, the story on in what they are calling.
About insecurity?
Yes. Now, on the first news, we have Atiku demands truth. How did a 13-year-old Belarusian graduate with you, Tinubu? That is from Elijah Atiku Abubakar. INEC flags Atiku El-Rufai ADA over unmet registration criteria. Iran reports 610 civilians killed, 4,700 injured in 12 days of Israeli strikes. Power also deepens PDP leadership meets INEC over internal crisis. While SDP in turmoil, party suspend chairman, 2 others over missing funds. And CCN staff dies during alleged sense romp in Abuja hotel. Benue bloodbath, police now 28 behind Yellow killings. Rep seek December 21 deadline for 2024 budgets. While we have the story, bandits came in to GQs for the 4 security operatives in Zamfara. That is sad one. That is the story we're going to take. Notorious bandit leader Bello Turji has reportedly killed 44 security personnel in a brutal ambush near Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State. According to security analyst Bakatsine, the victim includes 14 members of the Joint Task Force JTF and 4 soldiers. Bello Turji reportedly killed 40 JTF members and 4 soldiers near Shinkafi local government areas and Zamfara State, burning a military vehicle, Bakatine wrote on Tuesday on his X post. The analyst added that the attackers also touched a military vehicle during the assault. In a disturbing development, to just circulate a video showing the execution of a former bandit, Bashari Mania. He accused Mania of betraying the group and collaborating with security forces after renouncing banditry. Authority has yet to officially confirm the killing. As of the time of these reports, this is quite.
There's something that caught my attention. These reports of bandit attacks and how you will see it making the rounds and how you see it on social media is being aided by the freedom of information,
yes,
the social media and other things, because ordinarily, these bandits should not be seen the way we're seeing them these days. Look at the attack that happened in Benue. Now we're receiving right at the heels of IG's reports that so number of bandits have been apprehended and weapons that were used were being identified and things like that. These people just came out from nowhere to say this is another achievement, in quotes, that they have achieved somewhere in the Northwest. I think this is not good for Nigeria, but either way, the picture has been painted as if we're not actually going anywhere. It's just some kind of a vicious cycle.
Yes.
We're having successes over them in Benue and somewhere in the north central. In the northwest, they're having a field day. So I don't know how this is going to be curtailed. Is it that the security architecture is understaffed, just like Chief Gabriel Olayenka was trying to point out that other day? Maybe there should be massive recruitment so that at the end of the day, we'll be right on top of the situation at every part of the nation. Sokoto, Zamfara, Borno, Taraba,
The question,
Benue.
if you say recruitment, have we seen that they have more soldiers, more criminals than we have military, soldier, police? Is that what we're saying?
Apparently
or is it a matter of strategy?
Well, do you know they operate differently? I don't think there is a relationship between those that came to Benue and those that are operating in Zamfara. I think that they are not related like that.
Yeah,
You understand?
maybe not the same, but they are related in crime.
In crime, you understand? But somehow, maybe, I don't know. Look at what happened in Benue. And now we're getting right on top of it by making arrests and other things like that. Boom! Zamfara has answered. So you see, I don't know.
Like, if you ask me, I would like to know the breakdown of the arrest made in, it said Benue Plateau.
Yeah, I saw the
Now,
video clip yesterday.
I would like to I will check the news to see what is the breakdown of the arrest in Plateau. But if you ask me, the arrest made in Plateau is related to the burning down of that
vehicle,
which
22.
I think it may not be those arrested may not be those arrested may not necessarily be related to those involved in the crime in Benin, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what happened in Plateau State, it was a case of villagers attacking travelers and mobbing them to death. So you know who these criminals are. It is just for you to go to the village, gather your intel, and arrest those involved. But in the case of Benin, it's a case of
I think intelligence,
yeah,
DSS covered operations like that.
Like that. So if you arrest, if you say 66 and 50 of them are from Plateau, you've really not done much.
That is the truth. Because
concerning the general insecurity, you've really not done much, because it should be easier to curtail those from a village. And some of them may even be going around saying that, well, we're involved in this, or may even have videos. It's easy to curtail that. But what of those that commit this heinous crime and move away? Those are the ones that are instigating the major problems.
Now, the IG said on records, I think it's on video, where he said some of the people confessed to the crime, as in the Yewata attack.
Yeah.
Some of the arrested suspects confessed that they participated, and these are the weapons they used. Some submachine guns, AK-47, and other rounds and ammunition like that were recovered as a result of their confession. If that is true and is anything to go by, I think we're moving forward, seeing to it that I'm not a security expert, but for that scale of attack, how many people do you think came? How many of them welled those, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe hundreds?
Maybe more than that.
Now, when you arrest just like 30 and they are confessing, somehow in one way or the other, they should know who and who they participated with. So we're looking forward to having them being prosecuted. Okay. You understand? And quickly.
Yes.
There is no need for us to begin to temper justice with mercy in this case. So that's what I think.
Let me even take. I just went to check the story of 53 suspects arrested over Benue Plateau wedding killings. IGP Egbedokun. Let us take this report from the Vanguard. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbedokun on Tuesday announced that 26 persons who actively participated in the killings in Yelwata community, Benue State, on June 30, 2025, has been arrested. Egbedokun said 47 people were confirmed to have been massacred during the attack, while 27 others sustained various degrees of injuries. He said 2 of the bandits who were part of the attackers has earlier been killed on the ill-fated day by the police operatives when they attacked the police station in the community. He said you also recall on June 13, 2024, between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 2 a.m., armed militias invaded. Okay, let's see. I think, and also let me see. Okay, the police said they immediately deployed detectives from intelligence response team, that the RIT, who swung into action, launching a manhunt for the perpetrators of the heinous crime. He said, I'm pleased to inform you that today that 26 persons directly connected to this crime have so far been arrested and their weapons recovered. So on 19 June, 2 prime suspects who were mastermind of the attack were apprehended from their hideouts. The arrest led to the arrest of 7 other suspects on the following day. On 20th, 25, who were picked from their various locations where they have fled, hoping to evade justice. On the 25th June, another suspect, key suspect in whose house the initial meeting to plan the attack were held, was arrested. On the 22nd, a major breakthrough was recorded with the arrest of 18 other suspects who directly took part in the killing. On the 23rd, detectives recovered 2 GPMG and 8 AK-47 rifles, which were part of the weapons used. All 28 suspects are currently in custody and have voluntarily confessed to their individual and collective roles in the attack. So
now, that is the aspect that caught my attention. They confessed.
Yeah.
You understand? If they confess, then what else are you waiting for?
Well, he said, as I speak, legal proceedings have been finalized and they'll be charged with court without delay. The thing is, if they are charged, even if they confess, they can go to court and say they confess under duress. They can say they can deny the confession. They can, but as he said, legal proceedings have been finalized.
But my question is that, is it that we, well, I don't know, in Europe, for instance, or other developed societies, is it possible for the Inspector General of Police to come out on TV and say these people confessed, and at the end of the day, during court sessions, they will discover that they didn't commit that crime? I think this information should be based on intel that is credible.
It happens all over the world, where people will say, yes, I've made this confession under duress. It happens. Criminals, they can confess. They can claim insanity. So that and they can say that even recorded confessions, you can say he didn't do it with his lawyer wasn't there. There was no legal representation. It was under duress. He was tortured. It was this. He didn't know what he was saying. So these things do happen. And once the thing is that you must charge them properly. If not, if you don't charge them properly, they will just find a loophole and escape through some form of technicality or the other. Another thing I would like them to do. Nigerians are divided over what role, who are these people?
Are they sponsors?
Are they Nigerians? Yeah. Are they Benue people?
Because
are they Fulanis?
That is
are
it.
they militias?
That is it.
Are they? We want to know the identity of these people.
Considering the fact that they said they are cross-border terrorists.
And are they people that reside in Benue State? Or they are just people that came for the attack and they are leaving? So these are some of the questions that are begging for answers on this issue.
I agree with you completely on that. Maybe at this stage, it is too early, but Nigerians need to know, considering the fact that they have issued statements that these people are cross-border terrorists, they are not Nigerians, they are this and they are that. Now that you have arrested them and they are making confession, we need to know their identity. Are they Fulani people, just like it's been speculated that they are Fulani headsmen? Or is it that ethnic profiling that has been held by some group of Nigerians? So there is need for us to know these details so that we'll be able to know what actually happened. We deserve the right to know this.
Yeah, and also if there are TV militias, as some people are claiming, there's a need for that. That is what we can take on that story. So what we will do now, there's an information that just came in now. But while we try to process that information, let us go for a very short break. When we come back, we will be able to take that information just coming in now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few moments.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic website and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Amarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Welcome back to the morning show on Some TV. Before we went to that break, we were doing analysis on the cover pages of the national newspapers in Nigeria. So we just move straight to the Daily Times now. The Daily Times, we have the following stories on the Daily Times. Rep summon of minister over alleged misuse of funds. 10 dies, cause injury in Ibadan, multiple accident. That story is on page 5. While we also have on page 13, Army caution Southeast residents on manipulated content. Then Senate extend implementation of 2024 budget to December. That story is on page 6. Mother of 12, our constitution guarantees freedom of movement. That's Cardinal Governor. That story is on page 4. FAN moves to automate airports fully, bans cash payment. That story is on page 9. While there's a story here, Lufthansa under fire as passengers report missing phones on board.
Whoa.
It feels like it scams these victims. And that story is on page 5. While it's quite strange that your phones should get missing.
Honestly.
Probably maybe phones in their luggages and what have you, I think. Then the major story on the Daily Times says, who is your national secretary? Yakubu asks PDP.
That's Yakubu, the INEC chairman.
Chairman. Let me ask, who is the national secretary of PDP?
Well, we have to. They have to. I think that's the response. They have to. Odo Okoye and
then we are saying, who are your national secretaries?
Okay.
Let me take this. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has urged the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to clear the confusion surrounding its national secretary position. Yakubu made the call during a closed-door meeting with the National Working Committee and stakeholders of the party in Abuja on Tuesday. The main opposition party has, according to INEC board, requested to interact with the commission to rectify its leadership crisis. You know, I was saying it 2 days ago. I said they need to have a meeting with INEC and sort out this issue.
They took your advice and went to the INEC.
Because INEC said they requested to interact.
But there's something that caught my attention. When I saw that a report yesterday on some video clip that was published online. What will happen if they allow Anyanwu now just sign that letter and they go ahead and have their national convention in peace? What is too much in that? What is too much in Anyanwu now saying, okay, for the sake of peace, for the interest of the party that I love so much, I have stepped down, I have resigned, and I've allowed Odeokoye. Odeokoye now saying, okay, for the sake of peace, so we'll move forward, so we'll make progress. I have stepped down. What is too much in this thing? The NEC is something that is very important to the party. In fact, it determines the future of the party as it stands. And they're taking it with kid gloves. That is my concern. You understand? PDP should say, whosoever, so long as INEC will give their approval and peace will reign, they should allow the person sign the letter and let's move forward.
Well, I think that shows you the kind of people we have in politics in Nigeria. We were speaking earlier, we had the meeting with INEC. The acting national chairman of the PDP, Ilya Umar Damagon, said the purpose of the parley was to discuss the status of the party's national secretary, particularly regarding the letter sent to the party by INEC on the request for commission to monitor the 100th NEC meeting. But Yakubu observed that the letter was only signed by the party chairman and not the chairman's secretary, as provided in INEC regulations and guidelines.
Should the party not conduct their affairs again? Well, we've discussed that one in previous
It says, if you want to conduct your affairs the way you want, then you wouldn't need to go to INEC for registration.
But they say this is internal party affairs. So
now they say it was signed only. The thing is that you have to follow INEC's regulation and guidelines. Whatever it is they are constitutionally backed. And if you write to them, the national, based on INEC regulation and guidelines, the national secretary and chairman should sign.
What does the constitution of the party recognize that the highest decision-making body of the party is the BOT?
Yes.
If he recognizes that, Damagum yesterday said on video that he has the backing of the BOT. It was the BOT and other National Executive Committee that asked him to sign the letter so they will make progress. You understand? Now, I don't know how this thing will continue. But I think there is a need for them to start shifting grounds. Whatever it is that they need to do at this point in time to hold this meeting that will lead to the convention that is upcoming. There is a need for people should start shifting grounds. You understand?
They need to.
Odeokoye and Anyanwu should just step down. Somehow, whatsoever it is that needed to be done now, they should just go ahead and do. What is too much in Anyanwu signing it? If that's what INEC wants, just sign and allow this thing go ahead. That is what I think.
And just like, let me look at this funny this thing from the way INEC, the chairman said it. He said there are issues to discuss, and we look forward to the important clarification from the party to who is the secretary. In the last couple of months, we received letters from the party saying that one Mr. Odeokoye was the secretary. He said. Thereafter, the party changed its mind and said it was Anyanwu. Thereafter, the party changed its mind and said it was Mr. Okoye. And again, the party changed its mind to say it's Anyanwu. And the last letter from the party actually has no secretary at all. The thing is, if you ask me, if you be looking at the letter signed by, you will be confused.
Honestly.
Their confusion will confuse you. Because today you will see that it's Okoye. Some letter will come with.
But do they have the position of assistant secretary?
I think they should.
Now, what happens with the assistant secretary? Since the contention is on the national secretary, assistant secretary by law should act whenever there is no secretary. So, how come the assistant secretary is like, oh, is it that maybe they don't have assistant secretary? Most likely.
Maybe. Now, you say we've gone into the Damagum said that normally when we have issues, the party comes and interacts with INEC, but today we've given us the opportunities with our leaders from various organs of the party to be here. We are here today, as you are aware, we have issues pertaining to the status of our national secretary. So we've gone to litigation, I think from beginning of last year until when the Supreme Court, made a pronouncement of which INEC was a party. We are here today to discuss and interact with you sincerely because we have NEC, and there was a decision of NEC which mandated me to sign a letter to avoid controversy, and I received your reply on that letter. So that is the position of Damagum. But I will say something, it's just like you going to be having a joint account in a bank, husband and wife. And maybe you now agree, and then in the bank, this thing, since a joint account, the two of you
have to sign.
Yeah. Then you and your wife agreed in the bedroom that just go and sign on our behalf.
Bank will not
if you
agree.
go to the bank, no matter if you like bring, even if your wife comes with you and say only you should sign, but they say no, two people will sign. There must be some process. I think the PDP members, it's quite a shame.
Honestly,
that
I agree with you.
A party as great as the PDP, with so much legacy, will be destroyed by just a few people.
I'm telling you the truth. How come that this thing has refused to be resolved? If INEC wants Anyanwu to sign, it's just signature. Allow Anyanwu to sign, though it is not just signature like in the true sense of it's just signature. Allow him to sign and go ahead with the NEC meeting and just wait for the convention.
You may just resolve. Maybe if the NEC meeting you may just find an opportunity to resolve the issue there. Well, let us not dwell much on that. There's this letter that came yesterday from the office of the permanent, Adamawa State Government Office of the Permanent Secretary. There's this letter that came, Department of Chieftaincy Affairs. It was dated 19 June 2025 to all Secretary, Emirates Traditional, and to all Secretaries, Emirates and Traditional Council. The circular. Following the creation of new chiefdoms in the state by the Executive Governor of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Adamu Umar Fintiri, I'm directed to inform you that all kingmakers and council members in the state must be indigent of their chiefdoms, e.g. all kingmakers and council members from Adamawa Emirate Council must be indigent of Yola South, Yola North, Gire, Mayo Belwa, Song, and Zumo districts, while those of Mubi Emirate Council must be indigent of Mubi North and Mubi South, vis-a-vis all Emirate and traditional councils in the state. However, those appointed or conferred with only traditional titles are to maintain their status regardless of their local government of origin. So with this content of the circulars, all kingmakers and council members who are not indigents of their chiefdom has been relieved of their appointments. Councils are therefore directed to submit a list of nominated kingmakers and council members to His Excellency, the Executive Governor, through the Office of the Permanent Secretary, Chieftaincy Affairs for approval. This circular takes effect. It takes immediate effect. This signed by Adama Felicity Maman, Permanent Secretary. Now, why this story was making the round? Information added that, okay, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri Adamawa. And if you look at what the letter says here, because it used Adamawa Emirates as an example, and it must be from Gire,
Yola South,
Yola North,
Mayo Belwa,
Song,
and Zumo District.
Zumo District, for you to be with the title of a kingmaker. From what the news going around, the Waziri Adamawa, the Waziri is a kingmaker.
He's like the vice president, the vice chairman, because anytime Lamido is not available, it is the Waziri that sits. In the situation where the Lamido is dead, it is the Waziri that sits and acts as Lamido until the new Lamido is appointed.
And we know Alhaji Atiku Abubakar Waziri Adama, if the title still stands, is from Jada.
Jada.
And Jada is under Ganye chiefdom.
Okay.
Chiefdom. So, does this nullify? Although yesterday I spoke to a traditional ruler from Adamawa State who didn't get clearance to
mention his
name. And this is what he said. Let me look for the, yes. He's a traditional ruler. He said, what he said, I sent a message, has this in any way affected the position of, my question to him is that, please, I saw this document and I'd like to know how this affect the position of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as Waziri Adamawa. His first response, he is, as he has always claimed, an indigene of Jada in Ganye chiefdom. He is one of those relieved. So I said, can I go to press with this, sir? Has he been relieved? He said, going by the content
of the letter
of the circular above, he is indeed one of the affected kingmakers. He's not an indigene from any of the local government that makes up the Adama Emirate, where he is Waziri in Adamawa, the deputy to the Lamido of Adamawa, and a leading kingmaker. So based on the information I got from a traditional ruler in Adamawa State, he said Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has been relieved based on their circular, been relieved of his position.
Well, this is a law that has just been introduced. Well, the title of Waziri traditionally, before now, is given based on cultural affinity. Is it cultural affinity or based on how you're related to the throne? Now, Atiku is a sister, what's it called? An in-law, a brother-in-law to the sitting Lamido Barkindo. You understand? He married his sister and they have children. One of Atiku's son, through that wife we're talking about, is the Turaking Adama as we speak. Okay. You understand? He has sons with...
I think it was the Turaki Adama before he
yes, when he became Waziri, the title of Turaki now was removed and given to his own son, who is a nephew to the Lamido. And I think this is how this thing goes. You don't give Waziri to just any other person. The person must be politically enlightened. The person must be politically placed highly somehow, because this is the former vice president, I think. But there is a law now. You understand? There is a new law now that says he is not qualified to be. So let's see how it goes. But this is in disagreement with the culture and traditions that has been obtainable before now.
How do you know that it is in, because where do we balance it? The culture, tradition, and the law. And if you ask me, most of these things now are backed, they must be backed by law.
Somehow.
They must be backed by law. Any culture or tradition that contradicts the law becomes, or the constitution or the law. But I know this will be tested in court.
Well, there's something again that I don't know how clear it is. It's a little bit blurry. At this point in time, is this circular being backed by, is that the interpretation of what the State House of Assembly said?
Another thing.
You understand? Is it, or is it an executive order? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, if it's an executive order, it may be revoked after some time. You understand? So now, if you remove him as Waziri in Adamawa, what will you call him now?
Well,
will he be now Turaki, or he does not have any title again?
As it stands, Aliyu Atiku Abubakar is the Turaki Adamawa. Well, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Aliyu Atiku Abubakar?
Yeah, that is his son, just like you said.
Okay.
So the title was there transferred to his son, Aliyu Atiku Abubakar, after Atiku became the Wazir, just exactly what you said. So, well, he has been holding the Turaki since 1982. Yeah, he has been known. Well, it was given to him by Alhaji Aliyu Mustafa.
That's the father to Barkindo.
To Barkindo. Now, so, well, again, you said he has, maybe indigenship will be defined. But I think...
Is it possible for somebody to have dual indigenship based on culture?
Well,
because when you want to go along this path, you will discover that so many things happened. what if I can claim to be from, for instance, let me talk about my personal experience. I'm born in Gashaka. I was born in Gashaka, and I grew up in Takum, and I'm from Usa. Now, which indigenship should I choose in terms of being an indigene? I can claim Gashaka because there is this indigenship by birth. In the eyes of the law, it is recognized. I can claim Takum, where I grew up from, and say I am from Takum. Indigenship by naturalization, as in terms of the law. I can claim Musa because this is where I'm from. I'm from Musa, actually. Now, which of these indigenship is not recognized by law? Atiku has stayed all his life in Yola, though he's from Jada, yes. But he has so many things in Yola that he can still claim the indigenship of Yola. In the eyes of the law, it is still recognized by the law. So these things, I don't know how this thing is going to go. Okay. But at the end of the day, let's see it goes.
Let's see how it plays out. Well, let's see how it plays out. You can trust us on something. We are definitely going to bring someone to speak on that issue. So, well, this is where we wrap up this segment of the morning show. We will be back after this with the analysis of Taraba news. Don't go anywhere. So, morning show on Sun TV is still on.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-10-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayments plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
Digital age. Staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now. In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing SuperCab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Keep watching Sam TV. Keep watching Sam TV.
Welcome back to the morning show on Some TV. This is the Taraba news segment of the morning show. This is the segment where we'll discuss and analyze issues that has to do with Taraba State. I'll be taking those stories from the cover page of Taraba News paper, the most influential newspaper in Taraba State. And with me is still Mr. Radane Kukwen, the Director of News and Public Affairs on Some TV.
Good morning, and I'm still very, very happy to be here.
Let's go straight to the Taraba News. A story is coming from Taraba State. We have the story that says Taraba SEMA commended for proactive role in Adamawa flood simulation exercise. The Adamawa State Emergency Management Agency at SEMA has commended the Taraba State Emergency Management Agency SEMA for its active participation and commitment to disaster risk reduction in the recent flood simulation exercise in Adamawa State. The three stakeholders engagement meeting and flood simulation exercise in Kwantan Numan aim to enhance emergency response preparedness and improve flood resilience across the state. The Taraba State delegates was led by Dr. Audrey Echusen, Executive Secretary of Taraba SEMA, who demonstrates the state's proactive approach to disaster management in line with the vision of His Excellency Dr. Abukifa as Governor of Taraba State. Then there's a good one from Taraba State SEMA for that commendation from Adamawa State SEMA.
Yes, when you hold a simulation exercise to prepare your staff strengths on how to go when the real thing happens, it shows how committed you are to your responsibilities and duties. These two agencies, the Adamawa SEMA and Taraba SEMA, have proven again that they are capable of the responsibilities that has been assigned them. This is a good one. We commend them for this role. We look forward to having, not that anybody prays for disaster to happen, but just like their name is being called, it is a natural disaster. You don't have control over it. So when they come, how prepared you are goes a long way to see how lives and properties have been preserved.
Okay, and I think the location used for this emergency training meeting at Kwantan Numan. Yes. Kwantan Numan is along the River Gongola and River Benue bank.
Yes.
And it is one of those areas that when flood occurs, it's whenever, every year they have this issue of...
there are always heat.
So there's always... so I think it's a good place for demonstration. And it's the rainy season. I think it will be a very good training ground for them.
And I think there's something that this is not common in this part of the world for simulation exercises.
Yes.
So this is quite commendable. There is a need for more of this to happen. When you hold simulation, we've had this story somewhere, I don't know how true it is, that something happened, a pilot of an airplane had attack, and a young man who is used to playing games, landing plane, was able to land the plane successfully without any challenge when this incident happened. So simulation has a way of getting you abreast of the real life situation, so that by the time it comes, you'll be doing it seamlessly without any challenge.
Okay, so Dr. Celine Kwamoti-Lowry, she also praised the Taraba State team, including the Assistant Director of Management SEMA, Mrs. Sukari Nicodemus, for their valuable contributions. She said the collaboration and commitment shown by Taraba SEMA are crucial for building a robust disaster response system in the region. So the simulation site, flagged by Mr. Fred Anusim, Deputy Director of Planning, Research and Forecasting and NEMA, allow participants to engage in realistic control flow scenario, practicing vital emergency functions such as evacuation procedures and communication protocols. Some of the dignitaries that observed the site include Mrs. Anna Audu, Special Advisor to the Vice President on Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Paul Fanzi Domzing, Special Assistant to the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, and Mr. Akim Ajibola, UN Representative. So that's and one of the things that drew my attention to Kwantan Numan that was where I learned how to swim.
Okay.
It was at Kwantan Numan that I learned how to swim.
So you can swim?
Yes, that was where I learned how to swim. And I would say it's very good. I'm still a very good swimming pool swimmer today.
Me, I don't know how to
I don't
swim.
think I can dive into a river, but it was in that river, Numan River, at Quata, that's where I live. But I don't think I can dive into any river.
Well, me, if I fall inside water now, it's like a stone.
Well, now let us go to the story that made the rounds yesterday. The social media was agog with this story, the claims on nomination of a new deputy governor. So that the Taraba State, the attention of the Taraba State government has been drawn to rumors making rounds on the social media and traditional media, suggesting that His Excellency Dr. Agbu Kefas, the executive governor of Taraba State, has nominated Alhaji Ahmad Adama as the new deputy governor of the state. This claim is entirely false, misleading, wicked, and should be disregarded by the public in its entirety. Said, we wish to categorically state there is no vacancy in the office of the deputy governor. The current deputy governor, Alhaji Aminu Abdullahi Alkali, remains the duly elected deputy governor of Taraba State. The letter also went ahead to say we urge the public to remain calm and to rely only on verified information from official government communication channels. The process of replacing a deputy governor as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution is clear. Due legislative and constitutional procedures require no such process has been initiated or contemplated at this time. The Taraba State government remains focused on delivering good governance and will not be distracted by unfounded speculation. This letter was signed by Barrister Zainab Usman Jalingo, Commissioner for Information and Reorientation of Taraba State.
This is the spokesperson of the Taraba State government, and she has made her statements. And what else is more authentic than this? People should stop creating stories that are not really true. The spokesman of the government said he remains the duly elected deputy governor of Taraba State. And that is it. We wish him well in the endeavors as they go ahead in piloting the affairs of Taraba State.
There's this story also that's making the round. Taraba State government set up committee to acquire properties around government house. Saying a significant move in expanding the government house premises. Taraba State government has approved the constitution of a committee to oversee the acquisition of surrounding properties in Jalingo. The committee approved by Governor Dr. Agbu Kefas comprises 13 prominent individuals, including former 7 political leaders, Reverend Jolity Nyame, the former governor, the first and second governor of Taraba State, the executive governor.
The first, second, and third.
Yes, the first, second, and third. To serve as chairman, with Dr. Amidou Kara as secretary and Mr. Ibrahim Yaboro as alternate secretary. Other members include His Excellency Sani Abubakar Danladi,
Okay, the former acting governor
and deputy governor. Honorable Hassan Jauro, Honorable Danladi Beidu Tijos, former Commissioner of Finance, Commissioner of Chieftaincy Affairs, members of representatives, and governorship aspirant of the SDP.
Yeah.
We also have His Excellency Aruna Manu, former deputy governor and senator. Dr. Agbadu Tafarki Eneme, a member representing, I think, from Kurmi.
Kurmi, yes,
from
by
Kurmi.
Isa.
Yeah. Honorable Soja Danta Nimu, Mrs. Jemima G. Wunuji, okay. Malam Aruna Abubakar, Malam Mohammed Babalawal, and Dr. Joshua Mark. The committee is scheduled to be inaugurated on Wednesday, June 25, 2025 at the ESCO Chamber, Stewart Danjuma House, Jalingo, by Governor Kefas. All top government functionaries are expected to attend the ceremony. The development is seen as part of the administration's broader efforts to enhance the infrastructure and security of key government institutions in the state capital. So that is
okay, now this is indicative of the fact that there will be no, okay, let's not preempt the government, because I'm thinking buying properties around the government house is with the intent of developing it more to a more standard.
I think if you ask me, you all know how the surrounding of the government house is. I think there's a need for that place, for government to acquire that land legally and also see how that place could be developed into, create, this office will create a security buffer around that area. So, well, it is if we can afford it, and if the owners of this building, I believe if they are made of this, if you make a good offer, they will move.
There are people that no matter how much you offer them, they won't leave.
And I think that is why maybe they have to constitute this panel of eminent Tarabans like Reverend Jolly T. Yami, who was the first civilian occupant of that
office.
That office and that residence. And also the Honorable His Excellency Sani Abubakar. These are people that are respected. Probably if they speak to the owners of these places, they would say, you were once my neighbor, we used to live together.
Yeah.
I think now I need to extend my fence and this and that. So I think, well, let's see how this pans out.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let us take one more story before we go. Before we call it a day on the morning show. Is there any story that interests you there?
Not really.
Okay, let us see.
How about the one for...
Okay, yes, look at Dr. Augustina, Permanent Secretary Monitor NAPTEC exams in Jalingo. The leadership of Taraba State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education under Honorable Dr. Augustina Godwin, Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, assisted by the Permanent Secretary Alhaji Idris Egoje, monitored the conduct of the National Business Certificate NBC, National Technical College, NTC examination in Government Technical Training School, Jalingo. The monitoring was part of commitment from the ministry to ensure all exams are done with utmost integrity and fairness. Received by the principal, Mr. Pantiem Usman, the commissioner lauded the peaceful conduct of the exams and praised the students for maintaining orderliness. He charged supervisors to ensure no malpractice are done. The monitoring committee across exam currently undertaken across the state under the free education system of His Excellency Dr. Abdul. I think that is a good one for the commissioner to monitor this exam to ensure that there's integrity in the examination process.
I thought National Business Certificate, NBC, and National Technical Certificate, NTC, I thought it's supposed to be just NAPTEP. Is it not supposed, the result is supposed to be NAPTEP, which is the equivalent of SSC?
Yes.
I don't know that they have this description of NBC and NTC.
Well, I think, to me, these schools, they are very, very crucial.
For the development of every nation. This aspect of our educational pursuit should be encouraged.
We have one of the graduates in something Shamaki.
Which is one of the most
and we'll see
very good with his hands.
With his hands. I have my reservations, but he's very good with his hands. I can see that he was really trained well. So I think we need more vocational institutions like this, and that would train people.
And do you know Silas Walu too is a graduate of that school?
You can see that.
Silas Walu was Shamachi's senior in the school.
Okay, so now you can see how good they are with things and they are one of the people ensuring that you get the best of everything here on Some TV. So, well, I've always encouraged vocational training and schools that teach that give technical abilities to their students. Okay, well, that is how. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of the morning show. And I would like to say thank you to everyone that participated on the morning show. Mr. Moses Peter, do I say Musa Bitrus?
Musa Bitrus.
You're welcome. The studio manager.
Yeah, he is the rock upon which the studio is built.
It's built, okay. And he's the one the rod that clears the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, and we also have Mr. Silas Walu God Gift, who is the master control operator for the day. And we also have Mr. Lazarus Meshach and James Emmanuel, the master control operators, who always ensure everything goes on well. And also we have the tech lead, Mr. John Oyewole, who is the tech lead. We have Lillian,
our senior correspondent.
Faith Apollos, Faith Mama, the capacity Mama, Lillian. We also have Mother Esther, who's the pigeon segment. She's unavoidably absent
for some days now.
She'll be back with stronger and better than ever. And also we have Mercy Joro, our correspondent, and also Faith Tessie Stones.
Yeah, Tessie Stones.
Tessie Stones of What's Trending, and also Mercy Joro and Bridget, our newscaster.
Our
on
lead
the line.
newscaster.
Yeah, assistant director.
The pearl of the silver screen.
Okay. Well, and also not forgetting Chief Gabriel Olayinka, the executive producer and the CEO of One Issue and the CEO of Some TV. And also my very good friend, Mr. Daniel Kwen, who doubles as a guest and anchor, triples as a guest anchor and analyst. While he's doing that, his mind is on the news, the 10 o'clock news.
Looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to that. Thank you very much, I'm Ibrahim Joda. Have a wonderful day.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith